What to do when you've lost yourself in a relationship and they are asking you out of the blue to do something that deep down inside you know you do not prefer to do, but you feel compelled and anxious and on autopilot to go and do it. So for example, you've had a long, tiring day and you've just been at home waiting for your significant other to come back, and you're just looking forward to spending a relaxing evening with them. And then you get a text that says, oh, hey, just so you know, I ran into so-and-so and we're at such and such bar right now and we're just going to be hanging out. You can come down if you want to. Right? That's when it all starts, where you're just like, what? You're doing this thing where in my head I had these set plans of what we were going to do, and now everything has changed. Should I go put my clothes on right now and have to go out there when I'm tired and have to muster up some conversation just to spend time with them, just to make things okay so we're together? Then you know how it is. Your brain starts to spiral. You start to think, they know that I had a tiring day and they purposely let this person drag them into these plans that were ours. How could this happen? Do they not care about me? Right? Our brain starts to go down and down and down, and then we start to get angry, or we start to feel freaked out that we have to go and do something about this. This is very common when you've lost your identity in the relationship, because you're so used to having them around to bolster your sense of self, that the moment that you feel like there's a wrench thrown in your plans, it is as though you are losing this part of yourself, and you are going to have to grapple with this deciding, do I go and put myself in a situation that I do not prefer to be in just so I can be with them and feel like I am whole again? Or what, right? All of a sudden you're drawing blanks. All of a sudden you're in an emotional frenzy. Okay, so this is what you do. So the first skill that you need to build is to become aware without judgment. In that moment, okay, it's just in a small moment where you sit back and you look at the thoughts that are going through your head and you just become aware of it. You notice everything that you're thinking. Oh, they don't care about me. I've just been waiting around all day. I didn't make plans for myself. I've been waiting here. I've been doing all of this for them, and they have the nerve to go and just disregard and disrespect all of this. And notice what your brain is saying. Just be aware of it, because this is important to see why you are feeling this way. Notice that it's coming in and it's coming in, and just like how they say in meditation, you're going to just watch your thoughts go by and say, oh, interesting. I'm thinking that. Okay. Oh, just like an observer, just like somebody who's watching some zebras on a plane, where you just look and you're like, oh, that's interesting. What are they doing there? Oh, it's rearing on its hind legs. Huh, interesting. And just to notice that there's a separation between your thinking and who you are, meaning the habitual you that you snap into as soon as your partner says something that makes you want to rile yourself into action. So notice that you are not your thoughts, that there is a space in between what you're thinking and who you are, and you are able to watch your own brain. Oh, so one more thing I wanted to add is that the purpose of this is to see your thoughts are not reality. They're just sentences going through your mind, and this is what is creating the emotions in your body. Notice that your partner isn't the one who's making you feel these feelings. It is the thoughts that are going through your head, the images and the ideas in your mind that are affecting you and making you feel this anxiety and making you feel compelled. Your partner has every right to go and do what they feel like they want to do in the moment, just like how you have every right to go and figure out what you want to do in the face of whatever's happening in the moment. You always have a choice, and you are separate from your thoughts. You do not have to believe what you are thinking. This is really just about getting your own grounding back, to not have to associate with your thoughts every single moment, and to realize how much is actually just going on in your head versus reality. Okay, and the reason why this is so important is because we're so used to fixating on them and what they're thinking, what they're feeling, what's going on with them. All of our attention, we have like this tunnel vision that's wired into their head, and we need to take a moment to step back and look at our own heads and see what's going on and saying, okay, I'm noticing I'm having all these thoughts. The second thing you do, rewind the clock, like right to before you got the text, before you knew what was going on, what was it that you wanted to do? And you might be thinking, well, I expected to spend time with them, to cuddle with them, to watch Netflix with them, whatever it is. Now, record what it is that you genuinely wanted to do and why. So in this situation, it could be, I was really tired, I had a hard day. All I wanted to do, right? Notice you're listening to yourself, say what you want. All I wanted to do was take a shower, get into my pajamas, get into bed, and watch something and feel super cozy, go to sleep early, wake up early, and feel like I have a fresh start on my day. That's what I wanted to do. Sure, it might have involved your partner, but let's just look at what you are doing in that situation. Oftentimes, as soon as they come into the picture and start telling us other things, we forget. Our mind goes blank. We forget what it is that we really wanted. We knew what we wanted, but it involves them. We're just so fixated on if they're going to be there or not that we don't know what is good for ourselves anymore. Sometimes if I'm really wrapped up in my own mind, I would write it down on a piece of paper and say, what I really wanted tonight was, and just say like the pajamas, the bed, cozy, warm, wake up early, just to show myself and to listen to myself in that moment and to hear my own voice. Now, here's the thing. I've been there, so I know how it is. If you decide in the moment that the urge is so strong that you're just like, damn it, I'll just go hang out with them. I'll just go. Then I want you to go. And I want you to just be aware and having a conversation, a relationship with ourselves and saying, hey, look, I know we wanted to go to bed, but we're going to go out because we want to be with them. That's where we're at right now. That's what we're going to do. And if we wake up tomorrow morning late, we admit that that's what we're going to exchange in order to go hang out with them. So it is just having this back and forth with yourself and saying like, okay, we're going to do this. And this is what I had to go through with myself is I noticed, even though it sounds like nothing has changed, in the moment, me just admitting to myself consciously, I felt a little less anxiety. I felt a little less torn and conflicted and upset within myself. Don't judge yourself for it. Just say, I acknowledge that this is a decision I'm making. Because the painful part is when we find ourselves just acting out of habit without ever admitting to ourselves that that's what we're doing. We just think our partner, they are making me do this, or they are ruining my night. And we're putting all of it on them where we feel like we're just being swept up in this tidal wave that we have no control over. But with this, at least we have a life raft where we're like, all right, I'm choosing to point in this direction and ride the waves. And we are a little bit more empowered in that moment. Now, that's one choice. The other choice, of course, is to look at your wants, your list of wants, and just say, you know what, this is going to feel so uncomfortable, and I am going to feel out of my comfort zone, but I'm going to choose to do what I can do to honor what it is that I actually want, whether or not they are around. And no matter what happens, if he comes home drunk, if blah, 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 I'm going to do my best to follow what I said that I wanted. I'm going to go take a shower, change into my comfiest pajamas, get into bed, get as cozy as possible, maybe have some herbal tea or something. I'm going to do everything within my power to try to honor what it is that I originally wanted to do, what I deeply wanted to do. And to be clear that, yeah, I didn't want to go run out at a moment's notice. I wanted to do this. And then you're like, I'm choosing to honor myself right now. Keep telling yourself, keep reminding yourself of the benefits of doing this. Say like, oh, tomorrow, future me is going to be so proud that I got my ass into bed and I watched this thing that I wanted to watch and I woke up early. And now I have this morning to myself where I did what I wanted to do and I get to give this to me. So you really have to sit with the discomfort either way and just keep communicating with yourself and saying, you know what, I'm choosing to do this right now. I'm choosing to go out and meet them. I'm choosing to stick with my wants and needs, whether or not they're here. It's still my own choice. This is a practice. This isn't perfection. This is just getting to know yourself, getting to communicate with yourself, to pull back the tunnel vision from being all up in their business all the time and to put it back on yourself and just check in with yourself along the way, whatever it is that you choose to do. Okay, I hope this helped to clarify a few things. I hope that it made you think about things in a different way, gave you a few ideas. It's going to feel uncomfortable. It's going to feel weird. There's really no 100% win-win situation for this, but at least you are talking to yourself, and that's a win for me. So I hope this helped. Bye.